Hey guys, welcome back to Chit Chat Tuesdays, and today we are talking about PMS, female problems. Hey, dude! God bless me. We are talking about PMS. And I got the pups in here. Oh, well, I got the girls. I got Rosie and Sasha. Yeah, we're talking about PMS. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. And the reason why this topic came to mind was because it's that time of the month. Rosie, could you cooperate? Oh, she got a haircut, by the way, as you can see. I got a haircut. Oh, okay. Okay. I love you. Oh, they too. Who has the obnoxiously loud radio? Turn that shit down. You're gonna blow your ears up. All right, but the reason why the topic came to mind was because it is that time of the month, guys. Okay, it is that time of the month, and can you just sit still? Sit still. Okay, no, you gotta get down. Yeah, and I think most women can sympathize with. Can you hear that? Rosie's tearing up tissue paper, like right there. So, I think most women can sympathize with PMS. I want to say I saw some sort of statistic that said like 93% of women have some form of PMS and some symptom of PMS, whether it be like cramps or whatever. But I just wanted to chat about it. I feel so like when I was in high school, when I was younger and I first started my period junior high school, I would have the worst cramps ever. I'm talking about I would be like the biggest baby. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to move. All that stuff. Thankfully, after having kids and all that, not as bad. But I developed this new thing after I had my son, which is I get hormonal headaches as a symptom of PMS. I get headaches, and they're terrible because nothing touches these damn things. It's like I get the headache, I'll do anything, all the things that you do, like, drink some caffeine, maybe that'll help. Take some Tylenol, take some Midol, take some ibuprofen. And I don't like to just take medicine willy-nilly because it's not good for your body, for your liver and all that stuff. Like, I only like to take stuff if I absolutely have to. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, oh, I have one right now. It's not going anywhere. It's just me and it are friends. Hopefully it'll be gone soon. I don't know. And of course there's the cramps, which I don't get as bad of cramps anymore. It's just like every once in a while I'll be like, hey, your uterus is here. You're doing great. Just didn't want you to forget that you had a uterus and all of that stuff, ovaries and things. So just wanted to say hi. And it's just like, could you shut up and just like golf? But I know like so many symptoms of PMS just like, this has been happening all day. Airplanes. I live close to an airport. Honestly, I'll apologize in advance for any airplane you ever hear while I'm filming, but I can't control them. I can't. Where was I? Oh, like grouchiness. Let's see, like being bitchy or moody, craving stuff. That's always fun. I used to crave chocolate and salty things. That was like I wanted them together. And then I had my son, and now I lose my appetite completely. I don't want anything. Nothing sounds good. And I mean, it's like I used to have friends back in high school that would like get nauseous and throw up during that time of the month. And I'm like, why? I don't understand it. I want to eat everything that I can get my hands on. And now I completely understand because it's like a couple of nights ago, my husband was like, what do you want for dinner? And I was like, nothing. I don't. And he's like, well, I'm going to go get something. Tell me what you want me to get. And I'm like, I don't want anything. And then he's like getting frustrated because in his mind, he's being nice, He's like, I'm being kind and I'm trying to get you whatever you want because I know it's about to be that time of the month. And, I'm offering to go get anything you want. And I'm like, but I don't want anything. Get out of there. She's got tissue paper from a try-on haul I did earlier this morning, and she's digging through the tissue paper, but she loves tearing up paper. Do your dogs do that? Like, if you give her if she gets her mouth on a tissue, a paper towel, a piece of toilet paper, the cardboard thing from the center of the toilet paper or the paper towels, a piece of paper, anything, she's going to destroy it. She just loves it. But I mean, tell me down below, what are some of I want to hear the craziest things that happened to you during during PMS or, during your period in general. We'll broaden the horizon, not just PMS, not just the before the period, but during, you know what I mean? What are the craziest things that happened to you during that time? Because I feel like if you read like chat groups or whatever about women talking about their periods and PMS and all of that, there are so many women that think that certain things only happen to them and they're weird, like there's something wrong with them, and then they bring it up and tons of other women are like, oh my gosh, that happens to me too. Totally, like me too. I totally know what you're talking about. And it's like, yeah, let's share down below so we all know that we're not alone. We're not weird. It's like it happens to all of us. I know there are certain women who will the scale will go up like 5 to 10 pounds during that time of their month of the month just from, I guess, water weight. I don't really bloat. I don't really gain weight. During that time of the month, that is not a thing anymore. I used to, but not anymore. Mainly, I know it's coming like clockwork. My boobs get sore, and I'm talking about, you can be like, and I'm like, oh, my boobs. I get a little bit short-tempered. Not really grouchy, but just like fussy. I'm just fussy and easily aggravated. Which I hate because I don't like being short-tempered. I don't like getting aggravated easily. I like being like even-kiltered and chill. So I annoy myself when I get frustrated super easily. But that happens. I will get headaches normally like the first day or two before, like right before I start my period, or the first day or two after I start my period, like today. Monthly visitor, I decided to arrive this morning as I was getting ready to film, and then within like an hour my headache came. But it's so crazy how my boobs instantly stopped hurting as soon as I started my period. It is the craziest thing. Ma'am. Isn't it the craziest thing how our bodies work like that? Like, as soon as I start my period, my boobs are like, yeah, we're good now. We're chill. And I'm like, cool. Because before, like yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to lean over like this. I would have been like, oh, my boob. You know what I mean? Like, just like the slightest little touch, and I would have been like, ah, woman down. So I'm just curious, like, are you God's favorite and don't have any PMS whatsoever? Or, like, do you have some crazy symptoms? I really want the weird ones. I want the weird things that happen before you start your period. Like, do you crave a specific thing that's really strange? Mine is kind of weird because after I had my second kiddo, after I had Maxie, like, once I started my period again, because I breastfed him for 2 years, so I didn't have a period for almost 3 years straight. You're shaking the camera, ma'am. For almost 3 years straight, I didn't have a period. It was glorious. But once I started again, I almost like I would have symptoms of being pregnant when I was about to start my period. I would crave a specific thing. My sense of smell seemed to be heightened, which are both things like when I'm pregnant. The sore boobs, all that stuff. And then it started to change, and now it's like I don't have an appetite, my boobs hurt, and I get a headache. I guess it could be worse. Sometimes I have terribly, terribly intense cramps, but thankfully not often. And I mean, I know, and I'm not even talking about people that suffer from endometriosis or PCOS or anything like that, because I understand, well, I don't fully understand, but I know that that is going to greatly change your experiences with that time of the month and female issues and all of that stuff. So my heart goes out, especially since I'm almost positive it is very, very difficult to get a doctor to diagnose you with endometriosis, because most doctors are like, you're just having cramps, like quit being a big baby. And it's like, excuse me? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of difficult, when I would assume it would be incredibly disheartening and really, really piss you off if you're going to a doctor like, I have debilitating cramps, there's something wrong, and they're like, no, every woman has cramps. No. So I do want to say this, like, if you have something abnormal going on with any kind of like female issue, go to the doctor, and if they don't want to listen, go to someone else. Like, you have to advocate for yourself, because like I had a cyst on my left ovary, and it was so painful. And I went to the doctor, and my doctor could have been like, no, you're fine, it's just like normal stuff. Thankfully, even though she did like a pelvic exam and she didn't feel anything, she still sent me to get like the ultrasound, the transvaginal ultrasound, and then that's when they saw that I had the cyst on there. And you know, it answered a question, because with anything like that, like, there is that thought in your head, like, is there something wrong, or is it like a normal thing? But thankfully she listened, and we got it checked out, and they did make sure that it went away, and it did. So, you know, great. But I feel like there are so many women that aren't listened to whenever it comes to that sort of thing. And if anybody knows our bodies, I think it's us. You know what I mean? Like, how dare a doctor have the audacity to tell a woman that what she's going through is in her head or not as serious as she thinks it is? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Now I'm really riled up. And this isn't even about PMS. This is just about the female reproductive system in general. But Rosie is just getting into everything. She's just like, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? I wish she'd take a nap. But yeah, PMS, back to it. Do you crave certain things? Like, are you somebody that's like, oh, during that time of the month, I gotta have hot Cheetos, or I gotta have pickles, or I need all the chocolate in the world? I've mainly been like the chocolate person. Like, every once in a while I'll have a period where like it'll be like a week out, because I do track my period. I have an app, like I track my period and stuff. And it'll be like a week out, and I'm like, I would commit murder for some chocolate. Just, I want a disclaimer, I would really not. But for anybody that takes things way too seriously, just wanted to throw that out there. But you know what I mean? You're like, I would do anything for chocolate right now. And thankfully, I do have an amazing husband that if I'm like, I really want this, he will go and get it. Like, if I am craving a milkshake, he will go get that milkshake. He is the best. So he also is an enabler. I tell him sometimes, I'm like, you're an enabler, because just because I say I really need a peanut butter milkshake does not mean you need to go to Five Guys and get the peanut butter milkshake. Thank you. But I'm very, very blessed to have him, and I'm very thankful. He's awesome. He also does not watch my videos, so he'll never know I said that. And for anybody who's like, he doesn't watch your videos, he doesn't give a crap. Really? No. He doesn't care about any of this stuff. He doesn't need to hear me talk about PMS. He already hears it. He lives with me. And he doesn't care about all of the try-ons. He says he doesn't watch them because he doesn't want to know how much I spend on all of this stuff I buy. It's probably a good thing. So, anywho, leave me all of your PMS stories down below. If you have like a period story, you know what I mean? We're going to broaden this. If you have any period stories about like the first time you started your period or anything like that, leave them in the comments down below and let's like chit chat and like let it, no ma'am. Let everybody know that they are not alone in this female reproductive system journey. Also, before I go, I'll just throw out my starting my period for the first time little story for you guys. I was in junior high. I don't remember the exact grade, but I remember I had gotten braces and I went to the orthodontist to get something done to them, like either adjusted or tweaked or new rubber bands, something. I don't remember exactly, but I remember I went to the orthodontist and I didn't feel all that great. And I got home and I had started my period, and my mom had a partial hysterectomy when I was very, very young. So we didn't have any like female hygiene products anywhere in our house. It was on a Friday, by the way. It was on a Friday. Like, it happened after school. Thank you, God. Thank you so much, because the last thing I needed was to start my period at school. But we didn't have any like pads, tampons, panty liners, nothing in our house. So my mom is like trying to get my dad to go get it, and my dad is like one of those people that's like, no, you will not catch me in the store buying you anything, which is silly. If you're a dad or a husband or a boyfriend or whatever, go buy the tampons and the pads. Nobody in the store thinks that they're yours. Honestly, they probably just think you're a really supportive partner, whatever your label is, if you go and buy that kind of thing. So instead of thinking like, oh my gosh, ew, just go buy it. But anyways, he wouldn't go get it. So my best friend's parents were also friends with my parents, and so I think they were coming to our house to like hang. And so my mom called them and asked them if they would grab it. So they brought me. So I don't remember what I did in the meantime. I started my period. I was bleeding. Like, what was I doing? I don't remember. But I remember they brought it in, and I mean, after that, this is what I remember. I remember it seemed like I always started my period on a Sunday afternoon. We would get home from church. I would pass out, taking it like, I'm talking about not a nap, a coma, and I would wake up, go to the bathroom, start my period. That's like how I always started my period. Yeah. This is a gross topic. I'm so sorry. You know what? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And this is this week's topic. PMS. The alphabetic letters for this week are P, M, and S. And that concludes this video, guys. I'm sorry, this one was weird. I just am feeling some type of way today, okay? I don't feel the best. My insides are at war with themselves, I think. I don't know. I'm kind of crampy. I don't feel the best. I just want to lay down and take a nap. But I'm being productive. So, with that, I love you guys. Please subscribe so you can watch all the Chit Chat Tuesday videos, because there are several now. They'll be linked up here, and they're always in the description box down below. Also, if you have the Like to Know It app, I am now on there, and you can shop all of my favorite picks. It is also linked in the description box down below, or my name's down there, which is Krystal Schalke. So you can like copy and paste and go follow me on the Like to Know It app. If you do shop my stuff, I do get a small commission, and I just want to say thank you in advance if you do. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.